They definitely have things to work on, and it's certainly about to get harder. You go from Joe Flacco to Patrick Mahomes, but there is help on the way. Now, it will not be help in the way of this weekend because Matt Milano is not going to play on Sunday, but earlier today, Sean McDermott said they are opening his 21-day window to return from injured reserve. Let's read between the lines here. It certainly sounds like after the bye week, Milano will be back for either the 49ers game or at the latest, the Rams game. How big of a deal is this for the Bills as we're talking about a good day for the defense that could potentially be getting better?
Oh, it's huge. I was doing handstands when I got on Twitter and saw, oh, they opened up the window.
I know, it's a big deal.
Trust me, doing handstands is not an easy thing to do. No, I think it's huge, guys. And I think, let's face it. This defense is playing well. We've talked about like the whole being greater than the sum of the parts. And you don't look at one guy and go, this guy drives the defense. Guess what? That guy drives the defense. Like that's an every down player, makes playmakers all over the plays, all over the field, a playmaker all over the place. He hasn't played since October 8th of last year, the London game against the Jags.
Last year.
To get that guy back before the playoffs begin so he can get himself in game shape, right? Joe, I think this would be a huge addition for the Bills defense.
Joe, what does this do for them? What does this help them with? Is there a specific area where you go, okay, Matt Milano, I'm not saying he fixes everything, but they're going to be better because of him where?
Well, for the most part, this completely changes how they approach third downs as long as he gets back up to the full speed of what he was before the injuries here. Because what the Bills have essentially done on third downs is they take their second linebacker off the field, they sub in Cam Lewis and go into a dime package, and then they're a little bit susceptible to some plays attacking Cam Lewis. But now, or on the ground, on some like 3rd and 6 type of plays, they have been a little bit more susceptible to rushing plays. But with Matt Milano now back in the mix, whenever that does happen, then they don't have to sub him off the field. They trust him implicitly as a pass coverage backer and an impact defender in coverage. So that it certainly helps things. His instincts are just top notch, and that will be the thing that helps them, sniff out screens, be able to anticipate these wide rushes that have kind of given them some trouble from time to time throughout the season. That's where he will make his biggest impact, I think. But I do want to stress, he has not seen a game, as you pointed out, since October of 2023.
Yeah.
The Bills are not just going to completely throw a full workload at him immediately. That's just not going to happen. And even though they're opening up his 21-day practice window this week, I don't think that necessarily means that he will be playing in the 49ers or Rams game. We have seen in previous instances, Tre'Davious White, mind you, where they open up the 21-day practice window, they add the player to the active roster, but they don't feel like the player is ready for game action just yet, so they make him a finger quotes healthy scratch until they feel like he's ready. So just because the 21-day window is open, I do not feel like that means it is completely imminent. But what I will say is he's going to be ready for a full capacity workload, I would imagine, at the latest by the playoffs.
Yeah, and I think that's the positive sign for sure. It's like, okay, if you can get him back and you can ease him into things a little bit, then you can kind of fully unleash him when you get to the playoffs, which is obviously, what a lot of people are thinking about.